Wrestling it factor. Wayne B, I got this. Let's go. No cap, no gimmicks. This a main show. Ringside pop when I drop that blow. Belt on my waist like chrome on chrome. Tell me what you think, feeling like RKO. Niggas like I'm Randy Orton on hard ass pavement, yo. No scripts, no gimmicks, just engagement. Street slam heat shit, that's poppin'. See that girl on fire? Kiera Hogan, slide kicking bitches like Hulk Hogan knows best. I'm top tier, no time to rest. Mic in hand, I'm built for press. Backstage fire, I walk with heat. Swerve through smoke like I know face to feet. No tap outs, just gold I collect. Trap ring queen, I'm next. I'm in the ring with the legends roam. Trap ring queen, this is my throne, bitches. Top rope jump, now your cover's blown. Mic drop hit like a grindstone. Wayne B lit and now the crowd just flex. Bar for bar, I demand that check. No tap out, I rise from Rex. Trap ring queen, I'm next.
Yes. Welcome to Wrestling It Factor Radio. Your host, the one and only Wayne Benitez. Yes, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, we have a big main event, special guest here tonight.
You already know. It's your girl,
Yes.
Kaylia Capri.
Yes.
The hardest on the indies, and everybody can tell you that.
Yes. Also, she's a former WWE NXT wrestler and prospect. Yes, Kaylia Capri, holding it down all
Kaylia.
over. Kaylia, right?
Put the I in it. Kaylia.
Kaylia.
Thank
Right.
you.
Yes. Yeah, she's been holding up titles, even from the Caribbean federations and everything, and it's and you make your stomping grounds everywhere.
I sure am. I'm making sure everybody know who Kaylia Capri is, especially because when I started in the business, I really didn't have an identity like I do right now. So I have to make sure anywhere I go, I literally leave a scorch mark.
Awesome.
Get it? Because I hot.
Yes, I hear that. Yes. Yes, you came right from WWE's NIL program from those universities from track and field. Tell me what school university you went to.
So I came from Texas Southern University. That's in Houston, Texas. It's a HBCU, and that's where I ran track and field. I did that for my whole bachelor period. That's that 4 years. And after that, I just found myself like wondering, what was I going to do next? Because track ended, and I kind of was great at using my whole entire body on top of my brain. So it's like when I did get the opportunity to work for that huge corporation, I had to jump at it. They said, just come on, we can pay for everything. That was another thing too. You can pay for everything? I was like, let me give it a try. And I ended up going to the tryout in Dallas, and it was great. I had a blast. I was having too much fun, honestly. And I think that's what set me apart from a lot of the others. The fact that I genuinely was there having a lot of fun while everybody was kind of like dying and they were tired. I was already in shape my whole entire life. So that part of it, I didn't even have to think about.
Awesome. That's awesome. Also, even Biggie also is from that program also, and you know, his parents is Caribbean also as well also, and he came from that college football background at his university, and WWE does wonders, especially for the HBCU schools also.
Yes, they do a very good job at recruiting from all over. They don't just have one specific place. They want to find everybody.
Yes, and Triple H done his chemistry is working and it's working out with so many wrestlers from a lot of athletic backgrounds.
Definitely is. They had a plan, and it's absolutely working out for them. And what's better than to get a bunch of D1 athletes who already been, once again, using our bodies our whole life. So it comes second nature when you genuinely know the business of professional wrestling. It makes it that much easier.
Yes, yes, definitely does. And you wasn't a wrestling fan growing up until college, right?
So I was actually a wrestling fan more in my high school era. That's when we had John Cena. He was fresh in there. Randy Orton was fresh in there. So many fresh faces and fresh guys. And this is more when the attitude was just, the flair was there, the divas was there. And that's when I was more so interested in wrestling. As I got older and being in the Caribbean, it got disconnected because we didn't have the resources to watch wrestling, if we being honest. On top of the fact that wrestling, especially pro wrestling, was not really a major sport in my country for sure. So I definitely fell off bad, like bad, bad. And then especially when I went to college, I didn't even need a TV. I was always in class. I was always training. I was always being active, being outside. So I never actually needed a reason to be in the wrestling world. And now that I'm back, I've discovered how deep this world is. And once you get plugged out of it, it's like, especially with the new age technology, when you are not into something, Instagram is not pushing it, Twitter is not pushing it. It keeps you in a bubble. It keeps you in your own group. So I completely fell off, especially when I got to college. Up until I got to that master's degree area, and WWE kid gave me that call, and I was like, I liked you guys. I loved me some Bella Twins. I absolutely loved Naomi when she was there. I love Sasha Banks. Like these women, they was making me just so, interested. They had me locked in for sure. But after I left, it was pretty hard.
Yes, that was the start of the women's revolution of WWE right there with with that class of Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bailey.
Yes. That's when NXT was like on a different level. I think my favorite throwback has to be the Brooklyn match between Sasha and Bailey. That really, especially when I was still at that huge corporation, that really bounced me back into wrestling because
Right.
they absolutely captured my mind and my interest all over again. And
Mhm.
it made me remember, oh, this is why I liked wrestling. This is why I was watching this programming.
Yes, it took off right there. They that was when the Divas division was exiting for the women's wrestling revolution of and that was much. It was good right there, and I guess they got a lot of momentum, especially from TNA Wrestling's Knockouts division. Also, um, so they up their game, and everything is positive history.
Right? It just created this atmosphere, especially for someone like me. I feel like my style of pro wrestling for sure is absolutely Divas era goaded. Like everything that I do, I want to bring that era back in what I do. So the way I act, the way I dress, the way my aura is about me, I just want to be a part of those type of matches and to bring that form of entertainment back to professional wrestling.
That's wonderful. Yes, that's amazing. We need more of that, and also um, what's your chance memories of working with Norman Smiley, one of the trainers?
I think Coach Smiley was my favorite trainer of them all. Between him and Coach Brookside, those were the two people who saw a lot of potential in me. And they were absolutely extremely hard on me from jump. Like, especially Coach Smiley. He understood where I was coming from, but he really was trying his best to focus me in the direction that I wanted, that they was trying to help me to go in. Coach Brookside, he absolutely was like that person that I could go to, I could talk to. He would calm my mind, and he would very much test me. You know, he would give me a bar, and he's not setting the bar like understandably like this. No, he wants the bar way above what I'm capable of, because he wants me to reach for the stars. But Coach Smiley, he was hard, he was on it, he was absolutely someone who just once again saw my potential, and he knew he had to focus me, because I'm an athlete where I get cool with my coaches. I think I get cool with my coaches, because I just love coming there. I love coming there laughing. I love making jokes. I love making them smile. I think so many times I have a lot of videos where I just have Coach Smiley laughing at me in the background because I'm doing something that he just like, oh my God, this girl, like, what am I going to do with her? Like, what am I going to do with her? Like, he just so baffled. My favorite memory is I have a video of me doing a big crossbody. This is when I loved those ropes there because they were so bouncy. Like, I could just fly. I remember just doing a big crossbody and screaming, "Timber!" And he just in the background, like cracking up. Like, he was like dying laughing. And I remember just him telling us to put together spots and me not knowing what the hell a spot was. Like, understand, like, I saw wrestling as real. I didn't think this was what it was when I got into the wrestling world, and when I had to learn how to be a pro wrestler and learn how to actually incorporate myself in pro wrestling. So he gave me so many tasks that I just was like, no hint. No, he was like, nah, you dive in that water with them sharks and you better swim. And that's kind of what I loved about him, because he never babied me. He never held my hand. And I think all of that translated, especially when I left the company and I got with All Caribbean and I got with Reality of Wrestling, because everything he taught me rang through my ears. Not to mention, I got to train with Devon Dudley immediately after I left the PC. Devon, everything Devon said, Coach Smiley had already told me. Coach Brookside had already told me. So it was like, I just kept getting the same things drilled into my head until it just clicked one day. It just made so much sense. And every time I wrestle, all I think is, I want these guys to look at my videos and be so proud and understand, wow, like, she took our advice. She did not just in through one ear, out the next. Like, she genuinely was listening to us and she's applying it. She doesn't even have to be here with us to know this is what they want. This is what they want to see. They hate this. They don't like this. Don't do this. Do this. You know, like, listen, and apply.
Yes. Yeah, Robbie Brookside, he was the stricter one, it seems like.
Yeah, Coach Brookside, because he's absolutely the old school. Like, Coach Smiley is old school, but Coach Brookside is old school professional wrestling. And I love that. I love going all the way back so that we could bring what needs to be brought to the future. Because a lot of people, I think they get caught up in the now, where honestly, a lot of people, they could just put anything out there. As long as you look cute in your outfit, you know, you pretty. A lot of people will accept the bare minimum. They'll overlook the fact that these old school wrestlers who used to put in the heart, sweat, and tears, drive 25 hours back and forth in little tiny cars with each other, like, that's kind of like shitting on them. You know what I mean? So you don't want to make them feel like that. You want them to watch these matches and be proud and understand, like, hey, we didn't forget your legacy, and we definitely didn't forget everything that you put into this business for it to be this.
Yes, that is true. Yes. Yeah, it's all for paying dues.
All about paying dues.
It definitely wasn't easy for me when I tried to train and wrestle before, and it wasn't fun and games. It was hard work, and I felt the pain. It was like yeah.
I'm laughing because that's usually what it takes for you to understand when I sit here and talk to someone and tell them how much commitment I had to put into this. Being someone that never ever took a bump, didn't even like people hitting me, had to get used to cuts and bruises and waking up and feeling that my body's cracking and bones shifting. Like that's all messing with your mental and your physical. So it really takes a lot to stay in this business, especially on the independent side, where now not only you're being messed with mentally, physically, but financially, because it's just not the same as being at a huge promotion that has all of these assets, all of these funds coming in, and all of these connections. Now it's up to you to build connections, to actually commit to what you are doing, and to be ready to give people the entertainment that they deserve, and that the people that did this way before you, way before this was on TV, deserve to see.
Yes, exactly. Also, what's your thoughts of your memories of your ever wrestling match? Your very first.
My very first at the PC.
Yes.
Let me see, who was my first match? I cannot remember who exactly my first match at the PC was. I just know my favorite one was with Jada Parker, because she, as a friend, one thing I feel like should always be happening between friends is that you should always be real, and you should never go easy on your friend because they're your friend. You should always bring them up to your level. And I think that's exactly what she did. From my step through those doors, she was one of the people that wanted to mentor me and wanted to help me and wanted to show me how things was working. And she absolutely dived into me with that match. And that showed me how physical that, this game could be. You know what I mean? People thought I was like selling, but really, I was like, no, she really knocked that. She knocked the heck out of me. Like, seriously, like, but when I got out of that ring, it made me even more comfortable. It made me even more hungry. It made me more confident in myself. And the fact that I could take a hit and get back up and give you a hit myself. You know what I mean? And I got more and more prepared. So that match, as far as from my end, I was a noob. I was a noob, so I genuinely didn't even know what I wanted to do, especially at the fact that it was a lot more pressure on me personally because I am from the Caribbean. Like, a lot of people have Caribbean descent, but it's different when you come from the culture and you grow up in a place and you used to a certain way of people, and then you come to a whole nother country and now you have to deal with reinventing yourself and adding in things here and there. And then for pro wrestling, like, if you really think about it, as far as for me, when I see the Caribbean descent wrestlers, they don't actually have ties in their moveset that brings it back to the Caribbean, that Caribbean people see and they resonate with. That's why it never got back to the Caribbean. It just stayed in the US, and it maybe trickled into Mexico, and it maybe trickled into these other places that were already big on wrestling. But as far as the Caribbean, the people saw it, but they never actually said, oh, okay, I see where they're coming from with this. You can wear the flag all you like, you can wear the colors all you like, but you have to have that actual culture within what you're doing. Like, for me now, I wish I figured out that literally I could get out of a waist lock by just catching people by surprise, literally grabbing their hand and start whining, because they never seen a real Caribbean whine, a real Caribbean waistline. They just like, what the? And now you loosening up your grip, and now I could go into my wrestling and actually get out of this thing. I wish I knew that to get out of a leg scissors, I can literally do what I did in dances. Like, so in the Caribbean, we have these things called dances, and that's where you see the videos of people jumping off stuff, landing in splits and on concrete. Okay, they doing this on concrete. So the ring, piece of cake. So it's like so many things that I just now realizing that I could have incorporated in my style of wrestling to bring the Caribbean people in there. But once again, I was a noob. I was still getting over a lot of other things, being there. And it was a lot of pressure being at that big corporation where they expect the best immediately out the gate. Like, they want you to be the best the minute you get there.
Right.
There's no waiting. So it was a lot of pressure. But like I said, everything I learned just absolutely translated once I got onto the Indies, and it made it so much worth it.
Wow. Also, you from the Bahamas?
Yes, the 242.
Yes. Yeah, beautiful island.
Thank you. That's where I'm at right now. I'm actually trying to get my visa. So I've been home since August. These processes, and this is another thing that's pretty hard about wrestling. Like when you are from another country, you have to go through a lot of foreign policies in order to just work. You know what I mean? So as opposed to someone who is of Caribbean heritage, who lives in the US, you know what I mean? They don't have to worry about going home, staying home for up to 3 to 5 months, waiting on a visa, on top of not having facilities, because once again, professional wrestling is not existent. I am bringing it. I'm just now starting it. So I don't have the facilities. I don't have a coach. I don't have too many training partners. And if I do, I'm now the senior. I'm now the person that's going to have to teach everyone and show everyone how it's done and what's expected of you. So it's pretty hard when you have to come home and take a break from bookings and take a break from wrestling and stuff like that. So it's pretty hard mentally and financially as well. Because this thing is not a joke. Like they really test you in every way, shape, and form, and to figure out if this is really something that, number one, they even want to give you an opportunity to do, and number two, if this is even something you really committed to doing.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. It pays off though. It pays off at the end.
It does. It does. And that's why I don't, I might cry here and there. You may not see the tears. I'm too tough to cry on camera. But, it just take it a day at a time, one day at a time, and just keep faith, keep the faith in God, keep the faith in myself, keep working hard, and keep doing exactly what I can possibly do in my power. And if I can't get a wrestling ring, then I'm just gonna be on the beach, and I'll just have sand in my eye and sand in my nose, trying to roll on the beach and get some nice soft bumps somewhere. Swimming in the water, getting my cardio, like something. I'm gonna be making it work for sure.
Yes. Are you familiar with legendary wrestler SD Jones, Special Delivery Jones?
No, special
Uh,
delivery.
yes, the WWE legend, and he's also from the Caribbeans also.
Okay, you know who I'm familiar with? Everyone always talks about the Haitian sensation.
Yes.
They always bring him up. Anytime I talk about Caribbean wrestling, everyone, especially now that I'm back home, my biggest thing now that I'm back home is speaking to people, making sure I always introduce myself, making sure I always let people know, hey, professional wrestling is coming back. Professional wrestling is coming back. And it always surprises me when they say, in the national stadium, they used to have the Haitian sensation, the Guyanese person, this person coming, but they were all men, of course. So it was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's, it's even more evidence that what I'm doing is pretty historic for a woman. But when I listen to all of their tales of how they used to go to the national stadium and watch these guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to really bring that child that's been dormant inside them, bring it back out, because they want to see people like that. And then I go watch videos and I'm like, wow, like these guys were crazy. If I think I'm incorporating Caribbean culture, the things that they were doing, mind blowing.
Yes. Also, other guests of the show, one of them is Jocelyn Navarro. Also, she's Jamaican descent. Also, so yeah, it runs in her family. Also, and you got Jay Cargo, also Jamaican
Yes.
descent. Yes.
But
Yes.
big up to the Jamaican. I actually just had a interview with Smile Jamaica TV. So I was on national television in Jamaica literally this morning, and that it was like a crazy moment to even get that email, for them reaching out to me to have that interview, and to also just sponsor me and help me, and wanting to really be in a part of what I have going on and share it with their people. I think it's crazy. Like, once again, Caribbean people, they want representation. They want their people in the mix. we all want to be together no matter what. So
Yes.
it's awesome. And
Yes.
I actually got to speak with Jade as well. Jade was amazing. She's an amazing person. And the fact that what she's doing at WWE right now, like, she is definitely trailblazing.
Yes. She is definitely. And she blew up that fast right on AEW and right into the World
Right?
Wrestling Entertainment.
But here's the thing. This is what I love about Jade. Jade's story and my story, especially after I got to talk to her, she made me realize how similar we are. She was at the PC. She was already assigned at the assignee at the PC, and she was released. And she had to figure out her way, and she had to find herself, and that's how she ended up at AEW to become Jade Cargill, and that gives me hope, and it shows me that, you know what, if I commit to this, maybe I don't end up at AEW. Maybe I end up at TNA. Maybe I end up somewhere else. Maybe I end up, you never know. Maybe I go right back. You just never know what could possibly happen unless you continue on going.
Yes. It's like this podcast for years been a good luck charm for a lot of upcoming wrestlers and indie wrestlers, and they end up signing those big contracts. In moments, I don't know if it's the show or maybe Triple H scouts must be looking at failures from the show and doing a lot of research on the wrestling talents.
Yeah, right? I don't know what it is. I just know I have a very strong feeling that when they pick you, when they actually give you this contract, even when they do take it back, it's not a, oh, we just forgot about you. It's a, okay, this is someone that needs a little more of something else that we cannot baby her and provide her right now. Let's see what she does with it. And I think moments like this, especially for your podcast, maybe they actually notice a lot of people. You get the right people on your podcast, number one. And
Yes.
number two, maybe the things that we talk about, our experiences and what we've went through and what we've learned. And they just probably watching. I know one thing about that corporation, they are always watching. They have
Yes.
so many eyes, so many people, so many where, so many influences. You just never know who you're talking to, never know who you're performing in front of. You just never know. You just have to be ready. And that's one of the things I did learn when I was there. Always be ready because your opportunity could be right around the corner.
Yes. Awesome. Yes. And they also have a partnership with TNA Wrestling, and they might Tommy Dreamer might be on the phone right now checking, but Jazz also, Jazz is also
Right?
his
I
assistant.
actually got to even speak with Jazz, and in moments like that, being able to speak personally with Jazz, speak personally with Booker T, speak personally with Mark Henry, speak personally with all these big Hall of Famers in the company, and have them really see me and say, you have something. You have something that we really like. We're really interested in. It's motivation in itself, and Jazz, I can't wait to go back. I was so upset that I had to come home right around the time that I got to speak with Jazz. But everything happens for a reason. So I can't wait till I go back and I'm able to actually be there in the front of her face physically and to show her like what I have.
Yes. Yes. She's amazing trainer. Also, she has her wrestling academy with her daughters and other up and coming wrestlers also, and she's out there also backstage helping with talent, and even might be recruiting more women to knockouts division.
Right? That'd be great. I think the world need a little bit more Capri Sun.
Yes. Yes, surely, definitely, yes. And they it seems like they've been on a standby by contracts. They be watching even the trial matches, even their own shows, TNA Explosive, right there. And I remember finally, uh, J- Jana Stone, a previous on the show, she she finally got into the door as a teenager with a contract early this year, and that was a one of the blessing moments to see her in Pittsburgh, just in tears with that contract.
Right. That was a really great moment for me as well, because being able to work with a lot of the women like Jada and Maya and just all of these women, it really is great to watch them grow and get the opportunities that they literally deserve. They work very hard and they're very serious about their craft, and it really is a great thing to see. And that is another thing that really motivates me to work harder, because I don't believe in, like, oh, because I'm here or because I went here I deserve to beat you. No, I believe in who's ever working the hardest right here and now. You always give them their props, seriously. And when you do give them their props, you notice what they're doing and you apply what they're doing to yourself. So just to see that even going viral, I genuinely was so happy for her. And just to see her in tears, I know those were tears of just knowing, like, oh, all of this finally, it's finally coming.
Right. Yes. What's your thoughts of working with Booker T's promotion, reality of wrestling?
Reality is absolutely literally reality. It woke me up very fast to the TV side of professional wrestling, especially on the independent circuit. It allows me to be very, very free. It allows me to be creative and to put myself in position to really win and be a contender and actually probably be a champion. Currently I am the number one contender. I do have that option to take whichever title I like. I'm watching Gigi, I'm watching Hollywood, and I'm making sure that they ain't slacking in no areas. But like that, they just giving me these opportunities to really spread my wings. And I know once I am the champion, whichever one I decide to take, I know it's going to be very hard to take it off my shoulder. They were great. Don't get me wrong. They are amazing women. They work so hard. But I see where they lack, and I see where I could genuinely fit in and fill it in and give you the whole entire cup. They got this much of the cup, but I'm gonna give you all. It's gonna overflow when I get that title. So just being there is just awesome. Getting to work with Kevin, getting to work with Booker T one-on-one, being at practice, and then Booker just walking in and he just spilling all the tea. He giving you all these gems. It's like I'm just picking up gems. I'm like, okay, Book don't like this, Book do like this. I'm putting it in my pocket. It's just, once again, I just get so upset at the fact that the outside stuff keeps stopping me from progressing. These other women, they get to be there all the time, train all day, be around him, talk to him, pick his brain, while I have to focus on a lot of other outside things in order to make things work. And then I have to take breaks in order to get legally able to work. And it's just a lot that goes into it. But they still work with me. They still talk to me. They always motivating me. And I know for sure reality of wrestling, along with ACW, along with I'm also in a promotion called Now That's Wrestling in Atlanta, Georgia. It's a new promotion. It's on a big platform called Now That's TV. And it's a pretty much a fighting platform. So that's a whole new world where I get to establish myself there and most likely become a champion there as well. So I have so many people who are backing me and helping me and supporting me. So it's amazing.
Wow. Yes. So much opportunity, so much indies going on. It's just so much opportunity for a lot of women. Um, yes, it's just so many promotions out there. Can you tell me about Wild also?
Yeah, so wow was pretty wow for me. It was that first time I ever actually was on TV ever as a professional wrestler. I came out as Sierra Breeze on WoW, And the experience was great. You know, all of the women there were super nice. They were super welcoming. And I just got to actually establish myself as a newbie and just get comfortable in the ring and just be comfortable on camera, be comfortable understanding what they expect for TV and all of this other good stuff. Like having people like take my measurements. It was, I had to get into the world of like, wow, like I have people really like working for me, you know what I mean? Like people doing my makeup and people doing my hair and people I've always done my own makeup, always done my own hair.
Yeah.
I just get maybe my nails done. That's
Right.
about it. That's what, you know, I make my own clothes. Like I've always been self-sufficient. So to have that reversed, it was a pretty new experience. And to have just be living in that, pretty much living in LA for a little bit, because the filming for WoW took quite some time. So we had to be there. We had to train. We had to do so many things. And it was a great experience. Sadly, I wasn't able to get back to WoW because so last year is when I got my work visa in order to be a professional wrestler. But sadly, literally the day that I got back to the United States, I was in such a rush to make my flight. I think I got back home at about maybe 3 p.m. and I was rushing to go back to my apartment to repack all of my clothes and take out this and make sure this happens. And I had my dog with me, so it was a lot. And I was carrying like a 60 huge big 60-pound bag because I was already home for 3 months waiting. But once I finally got back, man, it was a lot. Thought I got to my room. I went to unlock my door and I was like, oh my God, did they change the locks on my door? I was freaking out. I ended up leaving my suitcase with one of my bags on top of like right next to my door. And I ran downstairs because, like I said, it was like 3 something. And I think the leasing office closed at 4. I think it was like 3:50 or 3:58 or something like that. So I'm rushing downstairs, rushing to go and ask them, like, did y'all change my locks? I know I've been gone for like 3 months, but I came back. Like, man, they was like, you are on the wrong floor. And I was like, oh my God. So I rushed back upstairs to go get my bags. And my purse was stolen literally in the span. Yeah, literally in the span of that 5 minutes. Like I was not there long. Like 5 minutes. Went back to get my purse and it was stolen. Stole my passport, all of my like IDs, money, my newest gear that I just got made, my new purse. It was so many things that just got stolen. And yeah, it was a lot. I had to genuinely find my way to Atlanta. Like I had to find a way to get to Atlanta to get an emergency passport so that I could go home, so that I could go and repay all of the money that I just paid to get the passport, repay it again, and then try to get back. But they kind of went silent on me. They didn't really reach out after they realized that my passport was stolen. They even went as far as to go on the show and tell people that I lost it. And that kind of hurt my feelings because I would have preferred them to say it was stolen because this is my real life. If officials go and they watch footage and they hear someone say, "Oh, she lost it," it's not gonna reflect well on me.
Right.
When in reality, my stuff was stolen and I shouldn't be stolen from. Like no one should be stolen from. No one should be put in that position. But
Right.
you know, I just didn't hear much from them. So after that, you know, it was just radio silence from that end. I still haven't heard from them till this day. So I thank them for the experience. I hope maybe we can work again in the future. But as of now, I have no idea what they got going on.
Yes. Amazing. Also, what type of music you listen to when you in the gym, working out or anywhere?
I try to listen to, I don't have a specific genre that I listen to because I'm such a open person. I feel like so many genres all have a great song. I just go on the scheme of, I like to listen to music. So my dad used to always tell me one thing. he used to say, garbage in, garbage out. So anytime I listen to music, I want to listen to songs that motivate me, that make me think, that make me want to do more. I genuinely like upbeat music. And sometimes I could do a slow, mellow beat when I'm like stretching and stuff like that. Like, I just genuinely want motivational music, artists who have a craft. That's my biggest
Mhm.
thing. I like to listen to actual artists, not like mumbling or just a lot of beats. I want to hear your words. I want to feel your lyrics. I want to know where you coming from, and I want to know where you trying to get to. So that's the kind of music that I really stick with. And I have a heavy Caribbean playlist, so it's gonna always be some good, like,
Mhm.
some music that get you moving. So
Yes, and one artist, Rihanna, she started out from the dance hall also,
we did.
in her teens. So I still remember that from like 20 years ago, and this kid started and she blew up real fast.
I know, right? Right from Barbados. We actually, for all Caribbean wrestling, we go to Barbados this month, the 20th. And I'm so excited. I've never been to Barbados before. I keep tagging her too. I'm like, Rihanna, please come home. Please just be home for that one day. Just come home for the 20th. Who knows if she see it? But I can keep tagging her. I can keep talking about her. Hopefully
Yes,
she may pop up. She may pop up.
yes,
But I'm excited. I and moments like that, it just shows, like, you could be from a small country, but as long as you don't have any excuses and you
right,
genuinely work hard, you can
yeah,
make it somewhere in this world.
yes, yes. You never know; they might call you like the other reggae artist, Patra, right there. It might be calling
Right?
um um the Patra of the pro wrestling.
Right? I'm looking forward to that. I genuinely, that's what I want my brand to be. I don't want to just be for wrestling fans. I do want to be for wrestling fans, but I want to be for everybody in the world. Like, I don't want it to just be a specific set of people that like me. I want everyone to like me. I want artists to like me. I want poets to like me. I want people who skydive and do parkour like me. I want people in professional sports like jujitsu and martial arts and all of this other stuff to like me. I want kids to like me. I want adults to like me. I want everyone. Like, I want a whole fan base that is so diverse. Like, that's my goal. My goal is to absolutely resonate with people, period.
Awesome. Yes. Yes, that's how it's supposed to be right there. And like the like women's wrestling, I compare it to like the um the female rap artists of the day, and or on the indies also. It seemed like y'all have a lot in common also to make um y'all basically on that grind and everything.
Exactly. Because we all, I feel, no matter what era you're in or what you do for work, we all quite literally we're on a grind. You know what I mean? We all could appreciate hard work, and we could all appreciate having pretty much just a little bit to work with and making something out of that.
Yes, that's true. Yes. Also, what was it like to have to be in on that ladder match teaming with Maya World yeah, when y'all was teaming up for that ladder match? What was it like having your first ladder match?
Well, my ladder match wasn't with Maya. I did team with Maya against the Money Birds to
Mhm.
get the titles back. That was pretty hard. The Money Birds together, they actually really a great team, and it's harder to go up against a team that's been working together pretty much their whole career.
Mhm.
And while me, Maya, and Jada, we kind of met at All Caribbean, and we,
Mhm.
clicked, and we just decided, hey, if you need help, you could call me. You could always reach out to me. We could always find a loophole if we put our brains together. And that's kind of how that ended up with us realizing that, oh, y'all can be the champions. But if one person isn't here, they never said the team, another person can't fill in for that teammate. They never said nothing about that. So that's how we kind of got to that. So that was a pretty good experience, just being able to tag with Maya and tag with Jada, because I realized how, you know, all our moves kind of go together and our personalities meshed very well. And that helped me for the ladder match when I was there by myself. Because I was against Amy Camacho. I was there against Callie and Tita. It was London Dior. It was Chanel #5. It was Erica Torres. It was so many people in that ladder match who I have never even had a one-on-one match with. And I didn't know their movesets, didn't know what they was thinking. I just was watching them kind of from the background and watching their matches on other platforms and stuff like that. So being able to team with Maya, it made me prepared for anything, and it made me aggressive, and it made me hungry for sure to show them that, hey, I want to be a champion too. Like, I love helping y'all, but y'all already paved the way for y'all self, and I can't walk on the road that you've paved. I need to pave my own way. So my only thought in that ladder match was literally win. Literally be patient. Don't be excited. Like, your adrenaline when you get there, you can't even control it, especially when you see your competition. It's like you genuinely want to fight everybody. But if you being intelligent and you want to win, you realize that you shouldn't try to fight everyone. You should try to put yourself in position to win always. And that's what I did in that match. I made sure, I told myself, don't ever get out the ring. Even if they push you out the ring and your legs hurt and you tired and you can't breathe and your back hurt and this hurt, do not get out the ring. Whatever you do, scrape, grab, and don't get out the ring. And I think that's why they tried in the beginning to not let me in the ring, because they probably was figuring me out as well as me figuring. So I genuinely, because I don't know, they didn't show it on the TV, but man, I was trying to go for the ladder. That was not a smart idea. Emmy literally jumped straight on me and Chanel. I was like, ow, like my arms started hurting. Like, it was so much stuff happening. Then I tried to get in there again with the ladder, and I was like, okay, let's quit the ladder stuff. Let's just let it go. No more ladder stuff, because they both drop kicked the ladder into my damn sternum. This is when my rib injuries started. Little do people know, like, that ladder hurt. But that's when I just switched my brain, and I was like, okay, back to square one. Get in the ring, stay in the ring. Don't touch the ladders, let everybody else touch the ladders, and you just stay in the ring. And that actually really put me in place to really like win, because I just saw so many opportunities. I was like, oh, she's not even looking right now. And I was like, oh yeah, baby, this is my chance, man. This is my chance. Like, I did my sunset, my face buster. That's what I got from the Bella twins. Like, I love the Bellas, but I just had to do that face buster. And that's when I did my face buster on Erica. I did not know that I could do a face buster jumping off of a ladder and grabbing her head. So that was a cool moment for me. After I did it, I was like, oh, yo, I'm on fire. I'm on fire right now.
Yeah, and that's a nice spot.
Right? And then after I did it, it's like I looked and a ladder was right there in the front of me. And I was like, is this fake right now? It was like, is this fake right now? And but I didn't calculate that the ladder was extremely short. I thought all the ladders were the same height. So the ladder was like super, super short. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm short. The ladder's short. I'm not reaching that bell. And then we just got pushed off the ladder. And from there I said, okay, stay in the ring. The only tactic I have right now is to stay in the ring and pay attention, because once again, when you just in that moment and you just feeling yourself and you just going, you kind of forget people and you kind of don't see everything. You just so tunnel vision that your blind spots is blind. So I stayed in there and I just saw that no one else was in the ring. And I saw Erica climbing up and I said, oh my gosh, I can literally Russian sweep her right now. And I got up and I said another perfect moment, and I just had to do that Russian sweep. And when I did that, and I noticed no one else was still in the ring, I genuinely looked up, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm about to win this!" Like I could not believe it. I was like, "I'm about to win this ladder match right now. Like, am I about to win this ladder match?" When I climbed up, that's why if you look at the footage, I broke the actual like the hammer to ring the bell,
Wow.
because one, that ladder was shaky. I was not letting that ladder go with one hand. So I had one hand there and I was just trying to ring the bell, and I was just so excited. I was just trying to ring it 3 times before someone came and pushed it, or someone came and ran up the ladder or something. I was just trying to ring that thing. And man, when I rang it, I still couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, is this my turn? And then now that it's soaked in, every time I think about this opportunity that I have, I'm like, yo, this is my Trinity moment right now. I'm having my Trinity moment right now. Like I could just run in there and be like, psych. Stay on your toes, girl. I'm right around the corner. Like I could just play with them now. And I feel like this is now my moment. So I'm so excited about being the number one contender and having the opportunity to really watch these women, make them work for these titles, and make them stay on their toes, because Kaylia Capri is always on hers.
Yes. Yes, she is. Yes. Exactly. Also, you also work with Casey Lennox, another friend of the show. Also, what was that like? She's from my hometown of Baltimore. So
Yeah, she from B-More. She
yes.
rap her Ravens hard. I know that purple. Every time I see the purple, I'm like, yeah, she rapping the Ravens hard. But so I think I met Casey. The first time I met Casey was actually in training with Devon Dudley, because he always has like huge names that just come to his school to just get that refresher and really get that good workout in. And it was very nerve wracking working with Casey, because she is a powerhouse. Okay. That you have to think before you actually challenge Casey. She's not going to go down as easy as a lot of other women. She's strong, she's in shape, and she's very, very much a veteran. Um, and I actually was testing myself too. I had tried a new move, and she doesn't even know this, but I tried this new move. It was the crucifix bomb. And because I was like, man, they love to pick me up. And when they go to throw me, I just feel the momentum where I could just shift it and really do this bomb. So I wanted to try that in a match with her. And I did end up landing it. But she landed on me.
Wow.
And my shoulder, oh my gosh, I think for the longest time I had like a really bad like injury within my shoulder blade, where I couldn't actually lift this arm. I couldn't throw a punch or anything with this hand. And it just showed me like, oh, you know what? Before I actually do these things, let me make sure I am positioning myself right. So she kind of, without knowing, she helped me to understand that how dangerous these moves could be, even though you have the opportunity to do it. And then she also showed me how competitive I could actually really get with someone. Like when they get serious with me, how serious I can get with them. And it was also that was also the video that really put me on the map on professional wrestling on the independent side, because it went viral on social media. I think it's almost at 100K views now. And it was when I did a couple of my moves that I just love to do. Like I have this bulldog off the ropes. Oh my gosh. I never even realized like how high I'd be getting. And I just know I'd be hooking on their head. And I'm like, oh, I could just literally bounce right now. Like I got the whole sky right now. So
Right.
like she was so amazing to work with. I learned a lot from her, and I got to work with her a lot on the indies. I did another match with her where I was an enforcer between her and Maya. And I have never had someone scream at me the way Casey's gonna scream at you. So she really introduced me into like different parts of wrestling, and just made me so much more comfortable and confident in myself in my wrestling.
Yes. Um, um, can you name two female wrestlers in the industry, or or the major companies that you would like to work with in the future?
The biggest one for me, for sure, is gonna be Mercedes Monet, because she is just someone that I know once I stand next to her, she's gonna pull out something in me that I've been wanting to let out. I feel like I work with a lot of people and my energy is like up here and theirs is like right here. But her, I feel like she is gonna be so big that I'm gonna have to be bigger. And then that's what I want. I want a challenge. I want to be scared. I want to feel that urgency and feel that impact of being in the ring across from someone who is not just well traveled, but someone who is equally as confident, someone who is bringing that flair in her gear, in her look, in her style, someone who I feel like is identical to me. And that's going to be the match of the century. I'm telling you, like, I loved her and Bailey's NXT Brooklyn Takeover match with all my heart. So I know me and this woman, like, together is going to make magic. And then someone else I would want to work with, it's probably going to be, of course, Jada Parker, of course. I definitely want to work with Jada again. Like, that's, like I said, I love working with my friends. I love working with people who I know are not going to take it easy on me and they going to really help me grow because I'm working with them. And then also Trinity for two. But I want to be tagging with Trinity because I know we're going to come up with some stuff together that's just like, the world is just going to be like, what?
Yeah.
What did she just do? That's what I really love from myself. I'd love to just tag with her, fight Mercedes, and definitely fight Jada Parker.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good talent right there. Yes. And Monet, so she's wrestling everywhere. She has like 9 titles now combined, and
She does. She
everywhere.
does.
Yes.
She literally just, like I said, that's just the intensity. That's the intensity that she brings. When she comes, she's not coming to play. She's genuinely coming to take something from you, to show you who she is. And when you step to me, though, it's gonna be a different story. Cause I got something that she ain't ever step in the ring with. I ain't gonna be no taking this.
Right.
She gonna have to shake my hand and we gonna have to agree that this just wasn't the one that she was meant to take.
Yeah. Right there. Yep. You got the goal right there. That's a future match right there. It can be on AEW or anywhere throughout the Indies.
Right? Or in the Caribbean, if she really want that.
Mm, mm. Yeah, have you ever planned on one day working in the UK or Japan?
Yes. Oh, I love Joshi style wrestling. I got to do TJPW a couple months ago. That was like another experience that I just love because I feel like I am a big anime fan. Like if you could see, this is a Naruto piece. This is Naruto's eye, and then we have Sasuke's eye right up here.
Wow.
You know, I got Shinron on my side, so I'm a big anime fan. I actually just was wrapping up on some Dan. I was just wrapping up on that show today. So like I'm a really big anime fan and I understand the concepts that they go for. Like they have this larger than life style of wrestling and I love that. The theatrics, I'm all for theatrics. I'm all for being extra.
Yeah.
I'm all for just being exciting and entertaining in any way. So if I was to ever get a chance to actually go to Japan, and I love sushi, I love seafood, I will wear the entire outfit. I will literally go on Duolingo right now and learn Japanese just to
Wow.
make sure when I get there, I am absolutely immersed in the culture. Being from another culture, you love other cultures. So
Yes.
that definitely is a dream. The UK, of course, especially after meeting Coach Brookside.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to go to the UK and wrestle because I know once again that's just another style of wrestling that's just gonna show me like that's mechanics, that's technical wrestling, that's a different ball game right there. If I start to go to these places, I want you to know Mercedes Monet is gonna have a problem. She's gonna have a big problem on her hand because the experience that I'm gonna get, I think my biggest compliment when I was at WWE was that all the coaches was like, how do you pick up on this stuff so far? They would show me things once and I would probably do it better than what they showed me.
Right.
Easy, like first time, like easily. Like I'm doing it and I'm like, was that good? And they were like, most people don't get that the first time, but yeah, that was great. And
Right.
you know, so that's just part of me as my personality. So going to all these places, I know I would pick up on everything super fast.
Right.
And everything that I learned, I would apply that to my wrestling so fast. And I would create this style of wrestling that's a fusion of everything, including Caribbean culture that's someone that's never seen before. That'd be something the world would never know could even be possible.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. Um, also, what's your top 3 favorite foods to eat?
Top 3 favorite foods. Well, I'm from the Bahamas, so conch. I don't know if you know, I have my magic conch. I don't have it with me. It's getting
Yeah.
cleaned right now.
Right.
So that the sound could really, really be bigger.
Right.
But conch in any form. I love conch salad. It's this thing called conch sauce that you could get from Seafront Sushi in the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
Like that thing is so good.
Wow.
Yeah, I could be a pescatarian if I wanted to. I'm a big seafood fan. I love shrimp. I love lobster. I love crawfish. I love
Yeah, me
boiled.
too. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
anything
I'm big
boiled.
time crabs. Yeah.
Oh, give
I
it to
gotta
me.
have my crabs. That's the Maryland thing right there.
Yeah. Oh, the Maryland crabs. I know it's
Yes.
so good. The blue crabs in Maryland. I know it's so good. I gotta try that. I'm a big foodie for sure. Like I'm willing to try pretty much any food, but seafood is
Yes.
that meal that I could just eat every single day, and I could eat pounds of it. Okay, like when it's crawfish season, like Louisiana crawfish,
Mhm.
I be getting 5 pounds. I could eat 5 pounds of crawfish and be okay for the rest of the day. Like I genuinely love seafood. If I didn't have the big seafood, of course I'm gonna do a steak. You know, surf and turf.
Right.
I'm gonna do a steak. And other than that, I think those are my favorites for sure.
Yeah, I hear that. Yes. Seafood. Yeah, I'm the same way with seafood. I gotta blend it with every other thing. Even if it's a stuffed crab with shrimp or anything else with it. Or
Right? Literally.
even with that catfish, also, that's on the money.
Okay, okay. You're making me hungry now.
Yes. Yes. Any upcoming shows you want to plug for the fans out there?
Yeah, so I will be in Barbados the 20th of this month. You could find all of that on All Caribbean Wrestling website. You could download the app for iOS and Android and keep up with All Caribbean like that so you could watch all my matches. I do also have another Caribbean match for Trinidad, but that's going to be like next month. I am going to be at Reality of Wrestling. I don't have an exact date yet because they waiting on me to actually get back to the US. I also have a match that's going to be possibly with Jazz, but all of this is going to happen once I get back to the USA. As of right now, I could just be in the Caribbean and do as much as I can do. But once everybody keeps following me on my social medias, that's __LEXINI, or go on Google, type in Kaylia Capri,
Yes.
and all my socials gonna pop up. Everything that I have on YouTube is gonna pop up, and that way you could keep up with me and just, rock with your girl. Hang out under the Capri Sun. It's real fun.
Yes. 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 The top brand. You can't miss that Capri Sun.
Mm-mm. No, you cannot.
Yes. It's just been an honor for you to be on Wrestling It Factor Radio. You can come back on the show. We can do it again, repeat or
Right? When I go back to the States for sure, so I can give you an update for sure.
Oh, okay. Yes, I will definitely be waiting for that also.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for giving me your time and letting me to just be on this platform talking your head off.
Yes, no problem, no problem. Anytime you can go on a random rate of anything. Yes. And you have a great night.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys. I'll see y'all again soon.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the show. Wayne B signing off. Later.
Wrestling It Factor. Wayne B, I got this. Let's go. No cap, no gimmicks. This a May show. Ringside pop when I drop that blow. Belt on my waist like chrome on chrome. Tell me what you think, feeling like RKO. Niggas like I'm Randy Orton on hard ass pavement. Yo, no scripts, no gimmicks, just engagement. Street slam heat shit, that's pop. See that girl on fire. Kiera Hogan, slide kicking bitches like Hulk Hogan knows best. I'm top tier, no time to rest. Mic in hand, I'm built for press. Backstage fire, I walk with heat. Swerve through smoke like I know face to feet. No tap outs, just gold I collect. Trap ring queen, I'm next. I'm in the ring where the legends roam. Trap ring queen, this is my throne, bitches. Top rope jump, now your cover's blown. Mic drop hit like a grindstone.